Now we're going to look at how do these work when we're doing cycle of fourths or 2-5-1s. What we're actually doing is going from open voicing to closed voicing to open voicing to closed voicing to open voicing to closed voicing. We're going to go around the cycle like that. So if we're starting the cycle of fourths, let's just say we're doing major chords. What we would do is, if I'm starting with, let's start with G, the key of G. Okay, we're going to start with G. There's our 1 and our 7. It's quite a, there's a bit of tension there. It sounds okay once you put the 3 and the 5 on there. It's quite a nice sounding chord there. Okay, once you do that. Now when I go to C major, my right hand is not going to move at all. But my left hand moved to the 1 and the 3. So my left hand's doing this. Okay. My right hand just doing that. Okay. But then when I'm going to the next chord, I'm going to have to go down a tone or a whole step. And I'm going to be continuing this pattern the whole way down. Okay, so we've got this, and we've got 1 7 1 3 1 7 1 3 1 7 1 3 as we go around the cycle. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat. You can see it's actually a fairly easy way to play the chords. And where do we start? We started at G, then with an octave higher. So we've got this. Now that's a great way to practice around the cycle of fourths. So that way you practice all of those voicings. Once you've done it, starting with the wherever you start, just make sure you do the same sort of thing, but using the starting with the closed voicings. So there's our open voicings. But if you want to practice it around all 12 chords, then you'll want to start with that voicing there. So you've got etc. as you go around the cycle of fourths. With 2-5-1, same sort of thing. I mean, the 2-5s are so close to the cycle of fourths that this is really just a kind of a variation of it. Instead of doing major, 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 you're doing a cycle of fourths, but you're doing minor, dominant, and then major. So if we look at, I'll put up here, let's do a 2-5 in C, because it's fairly easy to work out what's going on visually. Okay, so we've got our 1. This is D minor. This is 2-5-1 in C. So if we're doing a 2-5-1, you can make up something like this, which you can put on the key that you want. So I've got 1, 2, 5 here, and you can move that around. So this is just a little tool that I created to help teach. It's just a ruler with a bit of cardboard stuck on it, with some stickers that might help you. So you can move that there. Say you're doing a 2-5 in the key of G, or here's G, so we just move the G up to, the 1 up to the G, and then you'll be able to see, okay, well 2 is A, D is 5, and of course 1 is G because we're in the key of G. Now to play jazz properly, I mean you can't use a ruler when you're playing jazz properly. You do need to know them. It's just a tool to help you to be able to do that. Now we're doing a 2-5-1 in the key of C. So what we've got is D minor, going to G 7, then going to C major 7. Now if I was playing those chords in root position, it would sound something like this. D minor 7, G 7, C major 7. We've done the axis of 3rd and 7th before in another video, and that's like that. But today we're doing the open and closed voicing. So what we've got is 1, 7, and then we're going to have 3 and 5, which is F and A, 3 and 5. Okay, so we've got our 1, 3, 5, 7. There's our root position D minor chord. We're going to move this F up to here, and we're going to move this A here, okay? The open voicing, the spread voicing. Right hand's going to stay in the same place. Okay, does that make sense? So we've got G7. Now this is the 7 and the 9. G dominant 9, G9. And then we're going down to the open voicing of C. There's 3 and 5. So we've got 1, 7, 1, 3, 1, 7. Okay, so these notes here, they stay. So we've got our D, G, B, F, A, going to the C chord like that. I'll just write it out here for you as well so you can see that really well. Please let me know what learning style works best for you. It is helpful in preparing the next videos. I want to be able to help you as best I can. Alright, there you go. D minor 7, open, G7, or it becomes a G9 essentially because you've got the A, that's in the closed voicing, and then the major 7 voicing there. Now you can do stacks of variations on this. You know, you can add, there's our D minor, you can add something on top of that. You know, if you want to add an extra note, you could double the C if you want to. You could add the D, the E. I'm going to use the E just because it's a note I haven't used yet, and that makes it D minor 9. We're going to talk about extensions very soon in the 8th video if you want to check that out. So you can hear there's a bit more colour there. I'm going to leave that E up there. Now it becomes a G13 chord. Again, we'll talk about extensions more later. Alright, it's fairly easy to play. Sounds great. You see that my right hand actually stayed the same, and then just moved down a whole step there, or one tone. Alright, now, of course, you know, practicing that, you want to practice going from closed to closed, and also open to closed to open. So if I'm using D minor, closed, going to our open, G13 there you could do, or just the G7, going to our C major 9, and then you can work around the cycle of fourths or down the whole tone scale doing 2-5-1s of those, and I might show you how to do that in another video real soon. Okay, just so very briefly, what we'll do is we'll do a quick song. This is Foggy Day. It's a George Gershwin classic, and we're going to just use just those chords as we go through it. Okay, so I'm going to throw this. I'll throw the song up on the website so you get to see the PDF file of the music. But here it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with an F major 7 in an open voicing. You see that? 1, 7, 3, 5. So we've got our rest to start with. Now, so I didn't play that C to start with, so just because there's a rest there. There's A minor 7 flat 5. 1, 7, 3, 5. That's the open voicing. Then we're going to go to the closed voicing. It's got a flat 9 there. That's the melody. That's, you know, the actual chord that we're after. Open voicing G minor. Now this is a C chord, and because the A is the melody, what I'm going to do is I could go here, but because the A is at the top and I've got room, I'm actually going to bring this up here and play this open voicing. So I have gone from a G minor open voicing to that there. So there is a lot of movement going on rather than, but just because it's a little bit muddy there, and because the melody is an A, melody's gone from the D to A. That's why I'm going to use that voicing instead. So this is how it starts, the first part.